There, guys. I just bought a Hoover WindTunnel Max from Amazon for 90 bucks. This thing was on sale. I've always thought that this thing looked really cool. I saw a video from someone who had commented during their snippet on this vacuum and said that it either reminds them of one, a Hoover, or not a Hoover, a Bissell Platinum Glide, or yeah, Bissell Clean View Platinum or something like that. Same color. This is a wind tunnel max. It says on the box wind tunnel with a little 3 at the top. It means wind tunnel 3 technology. But I guess you could probably call this a wind tunnel 3 max also. Even though most of the wind tunnels these days are technically a wind tunnel 3 if you're going based off of the technology. Honestly, they just have more air channels is all. There's nothing spectacular. I've never seen any real, like, results, them showing anything. Usually on the side of the box or something somewhere, they'll have a little picture where it shows like a blue and a white and a yellow air path. Honestly, like I said, it's just directing the suction. It's just the plastic molds that they change to be able to design it. But for $90, this thing's almost double that typically every other day. But this is essentially a wind tunnel T series too. Even though it's not called a wind tunnel T series, it's based off of that, what do I want to say, chassis or something. And I really wish I could do a better video, but I want this out of the box and I want to use it. But unfortunately, my father is home right now. He doesn't know that I brought this in the door, so I'm doing the video downstairs. There is a little thing on the side to show you wind tunnel 3 technology, 15-inch cleaning path, multi-floor brush roll, and the above floor reach. I really like the color of this. And the other thing that I will just show you, since this is a scaled down version on the side rather than pulling it out and trying to explain it, is I liked this machine specifically because it has the same sort of look that vacuums have had in the 90s and the 2000s. Most of your vacuum cleaners these days are going to be a very cheap design. It's essentially a skin and bones sort of vacuum cleaner. They develop lightweight vacuums. Back before people were complaining about how heavy vacuums were, is my opinion why they switched over to these lighter weight vacuums. They developed these ultralights like the Bissell Pro Light and the Hoover WindTunnel Airs, and then they started to kind of around that time develop vacuums like the Shark Navigator powered liftaway, or not the powered liftaway, just the Navigator liftaway. So they've really changed things up in terms of the designs. This thing still has that same full body. It's a normal size vacuum. To me, this is more of a whole home cleaner. I'll go more in depth on that when I do a video of this being used, but unfortunately I can't use it upstairs in the main part of the house and do a video because I don't do videos when people are home. But this is going to be an unboxing. So I'm going to try and see if I can unbox this from an angle over here on top of the washing machine. Hey, that might work. I just have to get a knife. So, the back of it, I won't show in the camera shot, but I'll read it off. 30-foot power cord, accessory tool pack. It has a 17-foot reach, HEPA filtration, carpet height adjustment, and it shows the turbo tool, the dusting brush, the crevice tool, the wind tunnel free technology, and that cleaning path that I talked about, that little picture of it. I have shipping information on the other side. That's the reason why I'm not really showing it. So, welcome to a new generation of cleaning, or just clean. This must have been developed and packaged at a time where, you know, people were using the, you know, like your social media. I don't really see that posted on stuff that long ago, but something I do want to mention is years ago when the T-Series was released, it was supposed to be a budget-friendly but, you know, really good, reliable vacuum cleaner line that Hoover offered. And while they succeeded in that, I'd say 50% of the machines weren't that successful. The most popular was probably the wind tunnel T-Series with the cord rewind. It was like an olive green color. And they also had the pause. It stood for Pet Approved Wind Tunnel System. They actually made a model that was the same essential design as this one that was bagged. It was like a teal, not teal, but more like a powder blue or like a periwinkle blue. But it didn't have the same cleaner head on it. But it was a pause model, which stood for Pet Approved Wind Tunnel System. So it looks like these are your tools, or at least some of them. I think you get an extra bag with it, your owner's manual, the air-driven turbo brush, the clip for that, and your dusting brush. This hasn't been like a #1. I think a couple times I told myself I really, really, really wanted to buy this vacuum, but I never actually did it. Just because of how, I don't want to say expensive, because it's really not an expensive vacuum. It's just not, like a mainstream vacuum that people typically buy and pick up and stuff. So far, the vacuum itself isn't that heavy at all. So it locks in the upright position pretty easily. You have a nice extension wand on it too. It's just a little dusty. That's how my wind tunnel self-propelled was. And the crevice tool is also nestled down inside. I really relate this more to like the Hoover WindTunnel Supreme compared to the T-Series. Even though it is a T-Series model, and I understand that, to me this really screams more like a Hoover WindTunnel Supreme from like the 90s and the 2000s. I don't like thinking of it as a T-Series because I feel that the T-Series is supposed to be like a cheap sort of design. So I'm going to try and do this the best I can. I apologize for the shakiness and the atypical video. So that's not really held in there with much. Here's your handle. So far, I really like it. Well, that's not really going in, is it? Must be I don't have it seated correctly. may have to pause this. I'm making the video extremely long. Okay, I'm back. I was putting the screw in the wrong hole. So that was the reason why. So this is your bag. I looked at it first and I was like, great. So the extra bag that I showed earlier was, you know, not in the machine. They don't even put a bag in it. That's because the bag latches on the back. And I knew that about this vacuum. So I was just being stupid. So you can push this when the bag is full enough and it will drop right out. So you don't have to touch anything, which is really nice. But otherwise, the bag door just sets on here somehow. That's not right. That doesn't feel very secure. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here on the side of the machine, it doesn't feel like it sits in there correctly. Oh, it's because this bag is hanging out right there, I'm thinking. Maybe that'll help it. That's a little bit better, I guess. No, this side is like way off. So this does not line up very well. I know when the vacuum turns on, it's definitely strong enough because I just have to put a little bit of weight on it and it'll shut itself. But I'm not a huge fan of that already. So I'm going to put the attachments on. Overall, I mean, I still like it. For 90 bucks, this is definitely a better choice if you walk down the vacuum cleaner aisle at Walmart or Kmart, if you have one anymore, Target, Lowe's. You're not going to find a bagged vacuum except for one, and it's going to be that cheap Bissell for $50. And honestly, this is definitely a better buy than that. So I'm not going to complain, but at the price that they were selling this for previously, I do think that it's a little bit expensive for what you're getting. So I'm going to post an update video here soon in the next couple days, hopefully, and I will give you guys my overall thoughts and tell you about how well it cleans. Thanks for watching.